Don't be late. Julie, I've got you down to the second.
I don't know. Is he gonna go
Missing a
ask?
cell phone?
Recording.
Cell phone?
Oh, that's mine.
Oh.
Tracking device. It's a big one.
Recording us? You're recording us?
November 13th.
Bobby looks so serious.
Crazy. Not my brother.
Walking across the
Oh.
All her family, 2 girls and everything.
One married.
All coming over my. Because my sister's not here. That was good.
There, you have a bottle of Jack Daniels put away for you somewhere. How's everyone doing tonight? Y'all doing good? All right. Well, the federal government chief is shut down, but we are not.
Correct. Aren't they, we open back up today?
That said, I'm not sure I want to pay Joseph next week.
As long as it's just him, we're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Randy. What's that mean?
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I got 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the Warsaw Town Council in session. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, right? Please be seated. Council, Jonathan and Rebecca will not be with us this evening, but we have 6 here, so we have a quorum to continue. First order of business is the approval of the consent agenda. The agenda is in your packet. I'll entertain any motions for changes or a motion to approve as is.
Motion to approve as is.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor, aye. Aye. Those opposed, very good. We have a meeting. Okay, we're going to go right into the public comment section. And right off the bat, Miss Brenda Pemberton would like to speak with us tonight concerning an art gallery. So Brenda, you have the floor. Supposedly you have 3 minutes, so I'm going to set the timer, but you know, I'm nice, so I like you, so you're all right.
Okay, I'll try to be nice back, right? All right, good evening, everyone, and to all the folks. Mr. Mayor, where is Mr. Mayor, and Mr. Town Manager, and Assistant Town Manager, and the esteemed council. It is so nice to see y'all tonight. I am Brenda Pemberton. I'm a resident of Sharps, and I'm here to talk to you tonight about what to do with the old Leftwich building, in big quotes, in all caps. Also, in the audience tonight is my neighbor, Paige Connor Totaro. Paige. She is currently the director of the Tappahannock Art Gallery and has been an attorney for nonprofits in the D.C. area in the past. I feel certain that I'm not going to introduce anything tonight that you folks haven't already thought about, because I know you've had your thinking hats on for some time about what to do with the facility, and lots of ideas have gone around. What I am here to talk about, my friends, is that there is an absence in Warsaw, and Warsaw has just about everything these days, but there is the absence of an art gallery and a gift shop, which would go, of course, with the art gallery. And I wanted to address the possibility of having an art gallery actually in that space or part of that space. And you ask, what are the benefits of an art gallery? Because, of course, it needs to benefit the community and certainly the town if it is to be something viable and something for the future. First of all, an art gallery would expand cultural opportunities to both our youth and to our community. It would increase foot traffic as far as downtown Main Street goes. And we know foot traffic is important for all businesses. It would increase tourism by beckoning tourists to Warsaw. And what I mean by that, there are folks that, particularly in the summer, but not always, but they'll think, say they're bird watchers, so they'll find all these spots to bird watch. Let's say they are museum people. They'll come to the Northern Neck and they'll hit the 17 museums, if they can, that are in the Northern Neck. There are people that look for art galleries, and they'll go from one to another to another. So it would beckon tourists if it was actually out there for them to see on Facebook, etc. Of course, it would increase revenue, and it would increase revenue because there would be retail sales of art that is produced by folks from all over, but also by locally produced crafts, stained glass, maybe some quilts, who knows, but locally produced crafts, which is important. To promote, I actually like this sentence, to promote the aesthetics of our community by weaving culture into its fabric. I thought that was a nice statement, but it would do that. I mean, that's just a nice thing that an art gallery can do for a place that, say, a movie hall couldn't, shall we say, something like that. To develop more collaboration with the school system, and by offering classes and programs so that kids, teachers, staff would come there if we had the space to put on some programs, but also that the gallery folks would go there. And of course, there'd be lots and lots of volunteers involved in all this, as well as an executive director. And last but not least, as I was thinking about the benefits, to recognize and celebrate local artists, folks we have right here in Warsaw and in the county, who go to Montrose to have things at a gallery, go to Kilmarnock, have things at the gallery, go to Tappahannock to have things, and these local artists would now have a place. The ones that live here among us would have a place to cultivate the next generation of artists, because it would be an ongoing thing, not just one and done, but something to get started and continue. And then I was thinking, how about the awards? I mean, it's not like Warsaw needs one more award, but to do something like this out of a space and to have the collaborative part with the county, maybe with the county, but certainly with the school system, and involving local members a whole bunch. I just envisioned that as something that y'all could apply for another award at some of your statewide organizations. And for those of you who are into acronyms, how about River Art Gallery and Studio, also known as RAGS? So we could have RAGS, and that would be, and on the side of the building, when you turn on the street, I get a little crazy. Anyway, and I was thinking, just imagine for a moment, turning onto Main Street, which is fabulous these days, and you see the Warsaw sign and all that, but that the first building you see is an art gallery. I mean, now, of course, on the left, the first thing you see is Relish. Now, I'm talking about the right-hand side. But on the right-hand side, to see that art gallery, and people, I can just imagine people turning in and say, man, an art gallery right here, downtown, foot traffic, all that. Boy, this is a classy place. And I was thinking, well, those of us that love Warsaw, and I suspect everybody in this room loves Warsaw, or you wouldn't be here. We don't think this is a classic town. We know Warsaw is a class act, and you've proved it. These last 10 years, just pulling out a number, have been incredible what y'all have done from where our town was to where it is today. My hat's off to you. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to make this short presentation for now. And I know that your time is valuable, so I'll try to keep within my time. But are there any questions either for me or for Paige? We're here to...
Thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome, Randy, Mr. Mayor.
So I you know, there's not going to be an answer tonight, obviously.
Yeah.
Speaking for myself, not for council, I'm all for things that make Warsaw different, unique, better. I don't know that 74 Main is the answer. It might be. But what I would say is I think that there is definitely opportunity here for this gallery. So let's keep up the conversation. I'll keep talking about it amongst this group. And maybe we can figure something out in the short term, long term.
Great. Well,
Thank you.
that's all I'm asking is just open minds and the thought of it. I think it's a good, obviously, I think it's a good idea.
No, you do. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Carol Mead, would you like to speak tonight?
Would it be okay if I spoke later?
It would.
Thank you.
It would. Thank you. Is there anyone else here tonight that would like to speak that did not sign up? Okay. We are done with the public comment portions, and we're going to go right to the reports. And as usual, I like to defer my comments throughout. That's just what I do. So we will go right to the town manager's report.
All right. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. Item number 1, we'll jump right in here, is the Warsaw Fest recap. On behalf of the Warsaw Town Council and staff, I'd like to extend a thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for their efforts in hosting another successful Warsaw Fest in downtown Warsaw. Special thanks to Chamber President Sarah Carroll and her team for continuing this local tradition in great fashion. And another thank you to our town employees and police department for assisting during the day of the event and then decorating across town, building the parade float, and to our council and staff members that joined us on that parade float. And we look forward to another great year next year. Item number 2, trunk or treat recap. Thank you to the Warsaw Richmond County Main Street program for another great year. The crowds were as large as always, and the town was filled with happy families as their children celebrated Halloween in a safe and welcoming environment. Thank you to all those that handed out candy, and I want to give a special thanks to our police department as they handled traffic control and brought their families to assist with handing out candy. So thank you all for your work. Appreciate you.
Chief, if you had to guess, how many people would you say were in town?
At least 1,000. It was a long time. What do you think, LT? Probably about right. 60 pounds of candy at least. Is that, how many is that? Per second.
That's a
I
lot.
think we guessed. I think we tallied the number at the end. I think we're near 1,000 at least.
Very good.
Which
Love
is
it.
a lot in 2 hours.
Yeah. I believe when I saw around, it was around 5 o'clock, probably, they were already lined up to,
Yeah.
The line was well past, all the way down.
almost to Ridgeway. I was
yeah.
getting
All the way
close
down to Ridgeway
yeah,
for a
that
while.
way, yeah.
Okay.
Item number 3, economic development update. We're continuing our work with a national distribution firm to identify space for their new construction in town. We're still in hopes of being able to utilize the last available land in the Commerce Park for this development, and we will keep you posted as things progress. We also have interest by a national climate-controlled storage facility group in town on a large parcel that may house both indoor and outdoor storage, potentially including an area for boats, campers, and other large items. And we hope to have more information as this progresses. Item number 4, I did relish restaurant incident. On behalf of the town council staff, I want to extend our deepest sympathies to the Relish Restaurant family as they recover from their fire damage. As always, we are here to help in any way that we can during this difficult time, and I think we'll address that a little bit later coming up. But we wanted to extend that to you all.
Carol, how are your folks doing?
I tell you, nobody was hurt. I'm so grateful. The Richmond County Volunteer Fire Department and Essex came to salvage that. The older building, I've got a lot to be grateful for, and the support and all of the well wishes that the community has been behind us has given us strength, and we're doing good, and the team is intact, and we're taking care of them.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
With that, item number 5, the council and department head retreat recap. I want to thank our council members that attended the recent retreat that was held here at Town Hall in October. It was highly beneficial, and we learned and had refreshers on many things regarding operations of local government in Virginia, regarding council manager relations and functions, as well as team building exercises between group members. For those that could not attend, I hope that the materials given to you will be of assistance and interest. And as always, I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. I'd like to make that maybe like an annual occurrence, so I'm going to try to work on that. And it was free of charge with our membership in Virginia Risk Sharing Association, so that was another nice thing. Item number 6, International City County Managers Association Conference. I had the pleasure of traveling to Tampa and to speak on the topic of get the right project with the right impacts, how to attract and evaluate economic development projects for small localities. My colleagues were India Adams Jacobs, who is now the town manager of Bowling Green and was previously with town manager of Colonial Beach, and Dr. Cheryl Bailey, a professor at Virginia Tech, joined me for this conversation. The conference had a record-breaking 5,500 attendees, and our session had about 250 participants, and I was excited and honored to represent Warsaw during such a prestigious event in our field. Item number 7, Christmastown, which will be discussed later in the agenda. Again, just to reiterate, will be held on Saturday, December 13th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. right here in our beautiful downtown. Parade details will follow, but that'll be directly at 6 o'clock. We'll have the night parade coming through, and it's going to be a pretty big event. We have about 11,000 people signed up on Facebook right now, and that always goes way up. We had to cap our vendors and food vendors at 120, and we have many different rides this year, and so we're really looking forward to it. And an item that I sadly forgot to put in here was I'm very, very honored to celebrate my 9-year working anniversary with the town. So thank you all for having me for 9 years. I appreciate you. Appreciate you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, it's no small item that Joseph was invited to go to the Tampa conference. Little towns and places like Warsaw, Virginia do not have that opportunity to do such things a lot. And I do really applaud him for doing those sorts of things. Anytime you can keep the town of Warsaw up front and being talked about is a good thing. And we get commentary and we get preferred standing sometimes because of that. So, very good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, any questions for our town manager?
Joseph, you mentioned the materials from the retreat. Where is that available?
Yes.
I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, no, thank you, and understand. It was during the working hours of a day, so we appreciate that. I sent those via email to the town council emails.
Okay.
But if you don't have them, let me know and I'll send
I'll
them
check.
to you.
I probably have it.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Okay, anything else? All right, Chief, you're on deck.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Town Council. Another good month in October. Our activity report is attached. Just a few highlights, as Joseph mentioned, Warsaw Fest and Trunk or Treat went off without a hitch. Had a great time interacting with the community. Great time. We're looking forward to Christmastown. Christmastown being the biggest event of the year. We're in preparation for that, inviting some of our outside law enforcement partners to join us again this year, and looking forward to be an epic event. The only thing I'd really like to highlight is to congratulate Lieutenant Radden for graduating the Chesterfield Police Department's Command Excellence School. It was a 4-month program that we had to be invited to. That brought together law enforcement agencies throughout the state, including some as far as Columbia, South Carolina, to attend. I attended that graduation on Tuesday with him, and we're just proud of him for taking a step up and wanting to go out and take on leadership. Better trained and leaders are just good for the town as a whole. So pending your questions, that is my report.
Council, any questions for our chief? No question, Chief. I'd just like to say that I'm absolutely encouraged and pleased. The level of professionalism that our department is right now compared to 12, 15 months ago is night and day. So well done to you and your team.
Thank you.
Good job.
Director of Public Works. Read your name. Is it Mike?
Yes, Mike. It's Jesse. Good evening, everyone. I will start with the wastewater treatment plant. Average daily influent flow for October was 175,600, a decrease of 14,300. Maximum influent for October was 190,300, a decrease of 76,500. For October, the average effluent total nitrogen was 1.73 milligrams per liter. For October, the average effluent total phosphorus was 0.14 milligrams per liter, both within the limits of our permit. Plant staff collected our quarterly groundwater monitoring samples to complete testing for the calendar year 25. The annual WQIF Exhibit E report was completed and submitted to DEQ. Effluent samples for the month of October met all requirements as to our permit discharge limits. Moving on to the water department, attached you will find a water loss report for October, 2% water loss. Department staff did daily chlorine checks of all 4 wells, along with 2 random samples each day throughout town. We did replace 2 4-inch check valves at pump station number 6. I believe those were in there for about 30 years. Staff performed our annual greasing, servicing, and cleaning of all town sewage pump stations. And we went through all Christmas pole mounted decorations along with our Christmas tree lights. As you can see, they're starting to go up as of today. Refuse department, for the month of September, we did 19 trips to the landfill, totaling 132 tons of trash. Lastly, the public works maintenance. Staff assisted with Monday and Thursday residential trash pickup, took care of the bathrooms and the grounds at the park, replaced all of our summer flowers with fall winter pansies and hanging baskets for rosin wall and stationary planters. And Public Works Maintenance also went through all ground-mounted Christmas decorations along with all the garland and wreaths for the acorn lights. And that's it for my report.
Do we have any questions for Jesse? I think this plant working?
It's working. It is. A few hiccups, but we're working through them.
Okay.
So nothing to be a scare. So
I've noticed in our last several months of reports that we always seem to have this 2% water loss. Is that something that we know we're losing it, or is that just something that we can count on that we're going to have as long as we have a water system?
So typically in most towns, the average water loss is like 8 to 12%. I've never seen ours above 5. Most of them is a fire hydrants leaking a little bit in the ground out of the weep hole, or a meter leaking somewhere we just don't know. But at 2%, that's pretty daggone good.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay, committee reports. I know the Economic Development Committee got canceled because we're going to talk about that tonight. Is there any other committees that met? I don't believe the Planning Commission met, Daphne, so we're good there. Mr. Vice Mayor, the Northern Neck Regional Jail Report.
Yeah, I'll be very brief tonight because our meeting was very brief yesterday. You have a breakdown of the housing there as of yesterday. No, as of this morning. Was updated for that. About the only thing that was discussed yesterday was the jail's changing the guns that they're going to be using there at the jail that they carry around and stuff to, I think, going to a 9mm, and we had to change some verbiage in the handbook to reflect that, and that's about the only issue that came up to be voted on. So, okay.
Any questions for our Vice Mayor? All right. Moving on to old business, project updates, the well replacement project. Joseph, where are we with this? Or Missy,
Yeah,
whoever has.
I'll go ahead and take that. We are still awaiting information on the grant that we applied for, so that's still on hold. As soon as we have that information, we can proceed with putting that out to bid, and we'll know where we're at as far as financing.
The time frame that lapsed, we think that's normal?
Honestly, yes, I think it is. I think it is a little bit behind, so we have reached out. However, we haven't gotten any additional information, so we'll keep questioning that, but I foresee something by the end of the year.
Any questions on the well replacement? All right. DHCD housing project, where's this?
So we have had a demolition of the house on Meadowbrook. That's a complete rebuild. A brand-new home will be placed there, so that's major progress. And the second home, that's a complete rebuild, which is here on Belleville. That should begin fairly soon. Our last rehabilitation of a house is here on Belleville as well, and I think that's just about complete. I think they have a few more items to inspect, the weatherization and such, so things are progressing nicely.
So we had 2 total rebuilds, and how many rehabs?
3.
3.
And the new house is delivered tomorrow.
Oh, is
actually.
it? Okay,
Yep.
okay.
So it'll be there tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, so that's exciting. It's been about a 2-year process, and I actually had one of the rehab folks that came in, a recipient, and thanked us today, and said how nice it was, and just how grateful they are for the project and what that, gave back to them, so.
I got a call 2 weeks ago from a gentleman who serves on the Petersburg Redevelopment Revitalization Committee, whatever they have there, which is a pretty big deal. I mean, Petersburg is a big city. And he had heard of our securing these grants for this project, and he couldn't believe it. It was like Petersburg's been trying to get into that for years. And so he was giving us a kudos, well done, how did you do it, please tell me, kind of thing. So, good stuff, guys.
Great.
Thank you.
You didn't tell it.
No, hell no. Okay, basketball court RCC meeting update.
Yes, well, Joseph was away. I met with Hope Mothershead and the county administrator, and then Dr. Kennedy from RCC. And we are moving full steam ahead on that. So the RCC will be meeting on November 19th to present to their board and the funds, they do have the funds, and it will be on the table for them to finance the project, and then the town and the county will also participate in that, so.
Outstanding work, guys.
Yeah, we're very excited about that, so.
That's been talked about for a lot of years in Warsaw. Any questions for Missy?
I do. Just curious, Missy, when these folks that are getting their homes rebuilt, where do they go? Like, where are they housed?
So we typically, we encourage them to seek alternative housing with family members, but we know that's not always the case. So we do have one that is with a family member, and the other was not able to do that. So we have, they are in temporary housing with Packet Rentals was gracious enough to allow us to use a short time, month-to-month rental for one of the families. So that's probably going to be about a 3-month displacement, which it's made a big difference. It was a big concern from them because, not everyone has a family member that can let them, move in for a few months. So, yeah, we had to factor that into the grant funds and such, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Moving right along, 74 Main Street discussion, proposed uses. So council, last month, I brought up to the council that, we've been having difficulties in pursuing the project, getting it done, right? We've had problems with the contractor, and we're working through the tools and channels that are available to us to remedy that situation. And we're gonna have to put it back out for rebid and kind of go from there. So we're at I won't say stalled point, we've been there for a while, but we're at a point where we're taking a different path. So there's that. When we started this project out, the idea was that we were gonna take a building that's been fairly empty for years. The town was gonna acquire it, which we did. And we wanted to use it a dual use. One was for a farmer's market on the back side of the property, and the back side of the building, and the front part, a community center that could be open for, have a stage, could be open for events, meetings, art shows, that sort of thing. And so that's what we all agreed upon, and that was the vision. So I brought this up last month. that I'm not saying we don't stick to that vision, perhaps we do. But I wanted to just say, maybe it's a good point to step back, take a deep breath and say, is this really the best use of the building? Are we still resolute on the ideas? So, I'm not hoping we get into like any major discussions tonight. But what I think I would like to do is probably put it on the agenda, probably in the first of the year, maybe it's a work session, just so we can either confirm what we want to do with the building or change courses. Now, I'm going back to the art gallery thing, right? It's a blank canvas, really. We could keep it as a community center and move straight ahead. We could keep it, the farmer's market has to stay in place in the back, or there's $200,000 we have to pay back, so no one really, I don't think is excited about doing that. So there's the farmer's market there. We could put some sort of barrier and rent it out for commercial use of some sort, whether it be an art gallery or a restaurant or a retail goods store, whatever the case may be. So that's really the thing we talked about last month. Any preliminary thoughts tonight? Bob's laughing.
I've just been racking my brain and searching the internet for some bright idea.
Did you find one?
Yet.
Heck on it, Bob. Look, it's a good problem to have. Just to make sure everyone's on the same page, we're funded, right? We have the money. It's been earmarked. We know how we're going to pay for everything. If we go forward with the community center idea and 5 years down the road, we decide that that's not what we should have done, it's not really a problem because we're just doing the bones of the building, right? Making it usable. So it could easily be flipped over to a private sector use. So there's that. It's not like we're wasting funds or having to go out and find funds. So that's a good problem to have, right? Okay, so anything else? Anybody? Thoughts? Okay. You think it's okay idea if we get on the agenda first of next year and maybe a work session and just kind of talk about that and whatever else we can think of, but just be resolute that we're all on the same page and we think we're doing the right things? Okay.
I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to put it out there for our citizens, if they have some type of ideas or something. I mean, because we got one good one in here tonight. I mean, just never know until you ask. I wouldn't put it on Facebook because then we get comments from everything somebody says. But if somebody wants to come in and talk like Ms. Pemberton did, or somebody wants to just send in a written notice or come in and talk to y'all, I mean, that'd be great. And then, then at least we have some place to start. But, you say we have the funding for it, but that was from 2 years ago. You know how much more it's going to cost now? And, you're talking about 6 months from now, how much more that's going to be. Because it is building materials, especially those that have been imported, well, even the ones domestic have gone up because there's not as much competition from those way. But it's gone up quite a bit.
Okay. Is everyone good with that?
I'll put something on Facebook, but won't allow comments so they can email into the town office. Yeah, we can do that.
Tell them how they can.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. If for old business, let's move to new. Relish grant and loan assistance discussion. Okay. So we're all heartbroken over Relish. Prior to the disastrous fire, we were entertaining an application for an incentive for Relish to do some roof repair, right? And we looked at the different bids and what was going to be put in front of the Economic Development Committee today, or last week, whenever the meeting was originally scheduled, was a $20,000 loan out of our revolving loan fund, a $10,000 grant from our business improvement fund to make sure that all pieces were covered. And so we're going to talk about that. And then the fire happened. And then it's like, wow, okay. We have We have one of the, actually probably the founding business, right? The cornerstone of what we built our revitalization around. Carroll and Relish, they were the first ones that we kind of built this around. So regardless of what the fire did, there still is the roof issue and all that. So talking to Missy and Joseph and looking at some numbers, I'd like to propose a package for council tonight. I wanted to bring it to open council, not just the committee. What I'd like to consider tonight is that we do the $20,000 loan through our revolving loan fund, and we do the best terms that the program will allow us to do, and we put a 6-month delay on any payments. Okay, give Carol time to get herself back on her feet. The other piece was the $10,000 business improvement fund. The money's there. I would suggest that we keep that in place and we authorize that. I'd like to go one step further. I'd like to propose that we do what's called an emergency assistance grant, and that we add another $10,000 to that to assist with things like retaining employees, or people still have to somehow make some kind of accommodation while Carol gets the place back open, or whatever those things are to fill the gap between now and the insurance kicking in and all those other things. Now, I say this with confidence that it's a good deed. It's a good gesture. It's all that, right? But it's also a worthwhile investment. What does Relish bring to the town? If you look at strictly mills tax, they bring in about $24,000 a year. If you look at the other things that it brings, all the intangibles, the things we can't measure, you know, what are those people spending on the other restaurants, stores, gas stations, what have you? And it brings people to town. Relish is a destination place. So I put it to council that it is a good thing to do, it's the right thing to do, and it is the proper investment to do. And we'll get our money back in many times forward in the months and years. So that's what I'd like to propose, that we do the $20,000 loan as 6-month delay payment. We do the $10,000 business improvement grant, and then we take the one step further for the emergency assistance grant. So I'd like to offer that and throw it out for discussion.
I'll go ahead first. The first two that we had already planned on, I don't have any problem with that. The emergency assistance one, I'm assuming that, Carol, you have insurance, right? On the
I
place?
do have insurance.
And I know that the total of 30,000 would help quite a bit in that. I'm not so sure I'd be in favor of the economic, the third one you had.
The emergency assistance piece.
Yeah, because that would be setting precedents, and we've got a lot of other businesses in town. The rest of them, I know she's been right on time paying, back the revolving loan. So I have no question that she'd be able to do that. The business, the other $10,000, that's coming away from possible new business that could be coming in too during at least this fiscal year. So, we're giving up something there, but I'm not sure, it's nothing against Relish or Carol Mead or anything like that. I'm just not sure if it'd be prudent for us as representing the town to do that other $10,000.
Okay. Anyone else?
I don't want to get into your personal business or anything, but does your insurance cover anything towards your unemployment, help unemployment?
May I, if you don't mind, I can give some information.
Please, Carol.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the council for putting this forth. It means a great deal to me. And I really appreciate all of y'all reaching out and what the town has done so far. There's so much gratitude I have. But to answer your questions on the insurance process, I was a bit naive when it came to this whole process. It's a lot longer process. It's a process that we will probably be down. I don't even like to say this out loud, but from what a lot of we haven't even finished all of the process, but some of the inspectors that have come out are talking about March. I have insurance, but payroll and loss of business, all of that is, just is $150,000, and that is everything. So this would mean a lot to me and my business moving forward. And I think if we can get, have a little something to work with, we could get the other part open that was salvaged. There's a lot to do. All the electricity ran from that. All the water is destroyed in the back. But, and thank you for mentioning my team, because my team is great. All of the well wishes and support and everything has really meant a lot to me. So everything is going to make a difference right now, and us like rebuilding and getting back. So any other questions on that sort of? But I'm hoping to get Relish up first. And I think, if my team can get in there, we can get going. I'll find some stuff. Well, my team's on board to, we're going to do whatever we can to get up and going as fast as possible. But again, thank you for your consideration, and I understand whatever you all want to do is helpful in any way. Thank you very much. I want to thank you after you all vote, but thank you.
Good discussion? Paul, you said one thing I want to go back to. You said something about we setting precedent. I hope so. We don't have disasters in Warsaw often, thank God for that. But if we have a business, an independent business, that suffers something like a fire or something of that nature, yeah, I hope the council at that time steps up and does whatever they can, for all the reasons I've already said. So your point is absolutely valid. I'm going to disagree with it, but I think that Relish would be a sad thing to lose, and I think that every week it's closed is a week that harms the town. And I know every month it's closed that it harms our budget because we're not getting that revenue in. So, any other items, discussion, thoughts?
Is there any way that other 10,000 can be as part of the loan instead of just a grant? I mean, we won't be on council when that loan's ever finally paid off, but at least we're not giving the 10,000. It's something we expect to get back in return.
I don't have a separate line.
I think that amount we only have in the revolving loan fund specifically is like 21 or 22,000, isn't it?
It's actually 30.
It is 30. Okay.
Yeah, that was, didn't take into an account a recent deposit I had made.
Oh, I didn't realize
So
that.
I think I
Okay,
have
that's fair.
actually 35.
Oh, okay.
So.
What's thoughts, council? Are we comfortable with making a motion one way or the other?
I think we should provide all the help we can so she can get open and, like you said, it's hurting everybody right now for being closed.
Okay.
And Paul, I think this is just a really special, different situation. That's how I feel about it. This, like you said, we don't have this every day, every year, or even 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
If it's an emergency assistance fund, this is an emergency.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
So we do have that line item?
No, we do not. This is becoming now general reserves.
Yeah.
I don't have an emergency fund.
so that we could take it out of general reserves and put it into the revolving loan fund, though, couldn't we?
We could do something. That fund is governed by the state of how that has to work. That's out of that original $1 million grant. We could do something.
Or call it the emergency assistance loan. It'd be just through us instead of a second entity.
So I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing the grant scenario and the loan scenario.
Well, I mean, I personally feel anything that we have in the form of a grant that we can, let them have to start moving forward. And anything that, you know, that would be needed to get that business back on their feet and get them back going again, I would like to make anything available that we have to give to them to get that business back open again as soon as possible.
Anyone else? So Paul, I'm going to not put words in your mouth, but correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying a 20,
First two I have no problem with at all, because we already,
so you're saying the $20,000 loan, 6-month delayed payment, $10,000 business improvement grant, but a $10,000 emergency assistance loan. That's what you're proposing.
okay.
I'm proposing the similar, but 10,000 grant, 10,000 grant. So it's that side of the room, you guys get to choose.
I'm behind
No
you.
pressure.
No pressure.
The thing I have is that other $10,000 doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the town and the people that pay the taxes and all that. And to be given, you know, for something we didn't have in our budget to start with, just be given, like I said, I know Carol Mead since she was in high school. I'm not gonna say how many years ago that was, because it make us both look old, but, and hopefully I've been a friend that whole time. I'm looking at, you know, we're representing the town of Warsaw and the citizens. And, you know, we're already, you know, making 30,000 available to her. Another 10,000, you know, added to the, you know, what she's borrowed from the town already. I think that'd be more prudent than just giving it away.
Okay.
I kind of agree with Paul on that.
Okay.
I'll agree also.
All right. Well, would someone like to put something in the form of a motion?
I'll put it in motion, but I can't. I move that we agree to the previously voted on $20,000 revolving loan and $10,000 grant, and add to that a $10,000 loan from the town of Warsaw.
I'll second.
At minimum, you know, whatever the revolving loan fund interest is.
All right. We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
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 Okay, motion's defeated.
Second. Ralph? Was Ralph the second? I'm sorry.
I'll second.
So, this would be the only time
We've ever had.
Oh, and my nays are
9
Bobby,
years.
Daphne, and you are
nay.
a nay.
All right, motion defeated. Is there anyone like to put another motion on the table for action?
I'll make the motion that we provide the, is it 2 grants in a loan? Is that what we have?
Yep.
The 20, the 10, and 10? And keep that third 10 as a grant. I'd like to make the motion to vote on that.
So Bobby, your motion is the $20,000 loan with a 6-month delay payment, a
Yes.
$10,000 grant business improvement, and $10,000 grant on emergency assistance.
Correct.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
3-2. Motion carries.
Two.
Wait a minute.
Maybe,
Or two.
Two.
maybe.
Who are the nays? Let's do that.
Two.
Paul and Ralph. And Mary Beth, you're an aye on the second motion? Okay.
Okay. Carol, Joseph will be in touch with you and we'll work out all the details, Joseph and Missy, all right?
May I speak?
Yeah,
again?
please.
This is not gonna be on the, but I know this is, got it. We need one of those, but, I just wanted to really truly, if I could take a moment of yours, y'all, the time. I'm trying not to get emotional here, but I really truly have appreciated what this town, what the Warsaw Police Department, the fire department, this community has reached out and come and really come to our support, continued support, and every day it makes a difference on what you did. And I will tell you, is Jesse still here? He's not here anymore? Well, anyway, I know this was last month. I hope that your water bill is not, the 2% isn't more, because thank you for letting that first fire truck tap into the town, and I don't even know if he got permission, but tap in that, when the fire, the truck that was on the scene first, while they were waiting for everybody else, they were down to 10% when they got tapped into that town water. So thank you for that. And sorry if that figure is a little higher next week. My neighbors, Terry at Excellent Eats, Heather at Rise and Shine, Gregory Packett. There's so many people that have just been so supportive and let us do. The town letting us move that food truck over, and us plugging into Gregory's 220. You know, it means the world to me, and anything that you all propose, and I really appreciate all the support and you all thinking of us, and it continues to build our strength and our resolve to get this up and running, regardless of what all of this insurance is going to do. And it really, my team, KG, my family is grateful and have been there for me for everything. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff, but I just want to thank you for everyone. And I am so grateful that no one was hurt or injured in this disaster. Things could have been a lot worse. So I'm feeling the gratitude from my community, my town, and Warsaw has always shown up for its people, and that you continue to do that. And thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Carol. Godspeed. Okay, real estate, personal property tax due date extensions.
Yes, I'll delve into this a little bit and let Julie extrapolate a little bit. As you all know, it's been advertised by the county that they're a little bit behind. They switched softwares, and so they've been behind on getting their books to us. And so for those that don't know, we're just a very small town. We're not able to quantify and have software and get these books out of who owes what. So we do rely on the county, their tech department, Commissioner of Revenue, to provide those to us. And they had a software switch, so they've just gotten their information out to their residents, and then we've had to wait a couple weeks subsequent to that for the town to be addressed. And then Julia, do you have anything really to add to that?
So, on good news, I did receive the tax book from the county this afternoon. I think she dropped it off about 3:30. So that will be the priority of business for me in the next couple weeks. I do think if everything goes well, I could get them out by not this next week, but the following Monday. But it's just putting a time crunch on. I mean, I can't make them do 12/5. I just can't.
Do we know what kind of dates we're gonna make them do?
Well, what I would like to do is be able to give them at least 30 days after we post the billing, like get the bills mailed. That would give me around like December 31st for real estate. I do not have personal property taxes. They are going to be even later. In the past, we have had to push personal property taxes until like January 31st. I don't even think I'm going to have the personal property tax book until January, and that's probably generous. I don't
Yeah,
know.
while waiting to pay, they said a personal property from them is not gonna come until after the first of the year.
Yes, I'm gonna be even later than that.
So our request for you all is to either, just a standard vote to allow us to have 30 days subsequent to billing of these going out to residents, either 30 or 45. Your choice. We typically operate on 30. Is that right?
Typically,
Yeah.
we have gone 45 on personal property because they would have hit like right around Christmas.
Yeah.
So we were trying to give them a little extra time. But, yeah.
That would help us to change the billing cycle.
Does 15 days on real estate really make any difference to the town?
It's not, it's just getting it to like escrow companies. They aren't able to, like the bigger ones aren't able to turn around that fast.
The 45 days is probably more beneficial?
30 to 45, yeah.
So 45 is good if they voted on that. That'd be the best
That
option.
would be great.
Yeah, and our cash flow is okay with, I mean, it does throw that off a little bit for us. That's a large, amount of funds. But would 45 hold us? It probably would be more beneficial to have the staff actually disperse that over a greater amount of time, probably. So do you think 45 is good to recommend to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, council, they're asking that we do a vote, given the treasurer the latitude to make the bills real estate due 45 days after posting, mailing?
Posting.
Posting.
Yeah, I post them and then it takes about the same day we get them stuffed and mailed.
All right, any discussion? Anyone like to make a motion for that?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Is that
Okay.
addressing the
I-
personal property for when that does come, or is that just real estate?
Let's do another personal property because it was real estate.
So-
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I want to commend Julia for being persistent about trying to get these books and trying to get this straight. And it wasn't any lack of her enthusiasm trying to get this, because I've seen all the letters that she's written and the emails and the letters and all the many dates that she's trying to get this. So she certainly has been persistent about it.
All right.
Good.
All right, so well done, Julia. So, council, let's do that again for personal property taxes, making them also a 45-day due date after posting. So, someone would like to make that motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Julia. Christmas Town presentation. Joseph, where's Santa going to visit?
We got a special place. Here we go. We're going to delve into this. I do this every year just for your knowledge, but we'll zoom in here. I use Google Maps, or Google Earth, makes it a little bit easier. Not many substantive changes from the previous year. Again, we're going to try to roll with the punches with what happened at Relish, and we just talked with Clement's Tent Rentals. I have not even spoken with Carol yet, but an idea is to put a large heated tent here with enough seating for 30 people. If you wanted to put your food truck there, so you could still have something available for folks, and we'll cover the expense of that tent as well. Right now, we have about 120 vendors, and that includes food and just goods and wares and so on. This year, the big difference is we're not putting anything down here. We heard from a lot of vendors; they just didn't like that, and so we decided maybe even if we have to scale back a little bit, trying to keep it here all in this core area. Again, we will have Warsaw PD. We'll have 7 folks staffed. We have Virginia State Police and maybe a few other agencies that will be helping us out with parking, crossing guards, and general crowd control. The main parking areas, again, will be at the college and at Food Lion and Tractor Supply. And a fun fact, last year we had 1,200 people ride transit for Christmastown. So I thought that was pretty impressive. Yep, so we will have 4 methods of transportation of trolleys and buses that'll be going in a continuous loop from Tractor Supply, Food Lion to downtown. We did decide to not utilize the school parking lot this year as we didn't really have enough usage to warrant that. So we think that we're okay with the college and Tractor Supply and Food Lion, and then people usually just find places to park, to be honest. Right here we have our handicap parking still at 74 Main. We do have vendor parking. They'll come in here beside of Ace and they'll come back in here. We do have a signed agreement with Verizon to let us use their space again. We do have Relish employee parking closer to their establishment as well. Again, we'll have vendors lined all the way down Main Street. We will have hopefully this heated tent here and Relish on the Run working there. Our Christmas Village will be where the bulk of our vendors will be. So here in the town park, and Main Street will be where all of the vendors will be located. Town employee parking, well, of course, will be here. That's for town and council members to park here at Town Hall. Downtown employee parking will be behind the tap house and that area, and these are all monitored spaces. Then we'll zoom in a little bit. We're going to disperse the rides all throughout this area. So we'll have, well, I'll start here actually. We'll have ice skating right here at Michelle's Sweet Treats, and then we'll have all of the various rides and such throughout these paved areas because they do require that. And I do think that we still have the mechanical bull / reindeer that will be here at Relish. So we couldn't find a mechanical reindeer, and so Missy did a great job. They're going to put antlers on the bull, and we're going to see how that turns out. So, yep. We do have insurance for this event too, so yeah, the parade route will be the same. It will start at Northern Neck Electric, go down Belleville, go down Main Street, and then up Hamilton. So that won't change. And we already have a lot of entries. We do have 2 marching bands, and we are bribing them with $300 each if they show up for their booster programs. We do have a parade announcers at the radio station based out of Kilmarnock. They're going to do the announcing again and recording the event for us. The judges' booth will be at the saddlery area right here. We do have police and EMS that will be located in between Willow Stitch and the saddlery. And Santa will once again be in his abode here at the garage door at Willow Stitch. That will be, she always does a great job, Shelley does. A difference this year, the horse and carriage rides will start right here in the downtown area in front of Napier, and then we'll go down into the Ridgeway community, or Pinehurst community with Ridgeway, and it's going to be a shorter route, but we're trying really, it's always such a long line, we're just trying to get this rolling, so we're going to have it go into the community and circle back.
That's a good route, though.
Yeah, it's easy for, I think, law enforcement to help us with, and we're going to make sure that we get flyers and notification out in the neighborhood, maybe do like a contest for best Christmas lights or something, that sort of thing. We'll have a barricade here at the post office, and it's worked out great each year. Our chief works on that, and if you mess up or don't know what's going on, you can just circle right back around and go back out. So really that's the gist of it. We do have a train again this year. It's a little bit different. I forget who's the local vendor that does that. Do you know? Okay, it's a local vendor this year.
Oh,
so
it's Millwood.
Millwood Produce is doing it? Okay, great. So they'll be doing the train route downtown on Main Street. But again, it's largely the same, just slightly different. We do have live music. The Tap House is doing live music in the restaurant, and then we're doing live music in the brewery. So we'll have 2 concerts going pretty much at the same time, so I think they'll be packed. And then we want to try our best to accommodate, not leave Relish out, and have that large heated tent with tables and have a really fun event and a reindeer and all that sort of stuff. So we did scale back a little bit on rides and such. As we all know, the event is expensive. With overtime paid, the cost for rides, everything, you're probably talking close to $100,000 for this. So we do budget substantial money for it, and then we do raise the rest through sponsorships and then a little bit through vendor fees. But that is the gist of it. And again, that's Saturday, December 13th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then promptly at 6, the parade will start. We decided to not have rides and stuff until 7 because we figured where we watched last year when the parade ended, everyone scattered and there was no one. So it's it's very expensive to have those, and so that helped cut down on cost a little bit. But I think we're ready. We have another stakeholders meeting coming up next week with EMS, police, everybody involved, and we're looking forward to a really good year.
All right.
Are we gonna have a float, the town?
Yep. Well,
Not a ride on.
no, not a ride on float. We'll have I think like last year with the
Cars.
the vehicles and then the trash truck. They have a really neat idea this year, I think, again.
So we will offer up, I think, some vehicles, so we
For-
will get with.
Council
email
members can
people.
ride in certain police
Yeah.
vehicles and
Yeah.
public works vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Any questions for council? So, I think I need to inform council that I'm retiring my Santa suit, and I have ordered a brand-new Christmas blazer that I will be wearing for the event.
We need to hold our ears. I think it's gonna be pretty loud.
Sounds great, Joseph.
All right. Thank you all. Looking forward to it.
All right, personnel policy update. Set personnel committee meeting to discuss recommended approval. What's the update?
Yep, I just looked at Julie and didn't know. No, my fault on that. Julie's been working with, she's doing a great job on her own and giving this out to department heads to review and working with our attorney for an updated personnel policy. I don't think we've had a substantial update since 2013, from what I recall. And so, Julie, I'll let you take it from there if you want.
I started with a template from our insurance company, Warsaw. And I took that and I built into what we currently had. There's some changes and tweaks. I then sent it off to the attorney who has revised it and made legal requirements. So we are in compliance with the Virginia Code with this new update.
Okay. So we need to set a personnel committee date. You want to do that, or want Joseph to get you some dates, or?
I can
Well,
set it.
Norman, because Jonathan and Rebecca are on it, and they both, usually noon, lunchtime.
I can do
Better
that.
for them, and Ralph and I are retired, so we can make just about any time.
Well, thank you. That works out great.
If we can, check with them. I would like, since you were on it, if you know some of the major changes and stuff in it.
Sure.
And just write them down for me, and so I know what we're looking at in here, because, yeah.
We could do an
There's a lot of
executive,
papers.
let's do an executive overview or something like that.
That'd be
yeah.
great. That way we'd have our
Yeah.
talking points, because I know they both need to get back to their jobs pretty quickly anyway.
You can upload that in AI and ask AI to make you a summary of the changes, just saying.
Sure, maybe. Maybe I can.
I trust Julia more than AI.
Thank
so.
you. Job security, okay?
Julia, if,
AI did not write this personnel policy, just so
Thank
you
you.
know.
that can wait till after you get the the real estate out. Okay, because we can, just as long as we meet before the next meeting, right? Okay. So don't rush that, get that other out first.
All right. Council, is there any other new business to bring up to the floor we didn't bring up?
How about some really old business?
Okay.
I was curious because I noticed this one night on the way home from work, but I know we talked about the light poles that are crooked and we're gonna be spaced out more. What happened to that project?
Are you talking about the decorative acorn lights on Main Street?
Yes.
Is that right? They should be, they're corrected, right?
The spacing's been taken care of. There are some that need to be straightened.
Yeah,
that
there are.
I've noticed lately.
Yeah, the
that-
spacing, we
Yeah.
brought them down farther down the
Oh,
street.
okay. I think
Yeah,
the one in
so-
front of the post office might be leaning pretty good, I think.
Okay. We'll call that tag number in on that, and
Okay.
it keeps getting occasionally hit, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Can do that.
All right. Any other thoughts? All right, closing comments. Bobby, let's just start
Yeah.
with you.
It was a good meeting, and I wish Carol the best of luck to get open as swiftly as possible, and we want her back as soon as we can.
Ralph?
Well, just want to wish everybody happy holidays. Thanksgiving is around the corner. Hunting season starts this coming, for me, hunting Saturday, starts Saturday, but just look forward to a lot of the activities we got coming up. Christmas Town gets bigger every year, and I expect this year it's gonna be bigger than ever, and next year maybe bigger than that, but it's just for a small town, we have a lot going on, and I really appreciate everybody coming and supporting us and supporting these events, and thank Joseph and the staff and everybody for all the work putting this together, too.
All right. Thank you. Daphne?
And the town decorations are really starting to look great that have been going up today. Congrats to Lieutenant Radden, if he's still in here. Yep. There you are. On your accomplishment. Congrats to Joseph on 9 years. And keeping you in my prayers, Carol.
Mary Beth?
Looking forward to Christmas Town, and I really hope that the art gallery goes through. Thank you. And I'm looking at the basketball court. I'm glad we're helping with support that. And Carol Mead, I let Jim know about it. The fire, and he was so sorry to hear about it. And it was a good meeting.
Mr. Vice Mayor?
Well, I can't top anything, you know, everybody's taking stuff off my list. But I will say, I missed last month, and I felt like I missed a lot. It seemed like a long time since I've been in a meeting, and I can't remember the last time I missed one of these meetings. And, but I did watch y'all, not live but on YouTube, like a couple of days later when I felt a little better to watch it. And yeah, you're quite impressive.
How would it look, though? How do we look on that?
Well, it didn't look.
Bobby, no.
It didn't look quite as good as it does when Rebecca and I are here. At the same time, so it took away from that. But no, it's good that we can get that out to the people, and you took away Chief and all them and Joseph, and for such a small town, I mean, to stay that busy and be, you know. See, I can tell you, because I've been on council since 1988, okay? And none of this stuff was possible. And most of you have been around in town since before that, or during that time. And believe it or not, at that time I was the young buck. I was by far the youngest, probably by 30 years at least, the youngest one. And they were just, you know, we didn't have a town manager. We didn't have a whole lot going on. And that's when the town started to become a little bit stagnant, and it drive me crazy. And none of the stuff we're doing nowadays would ever come up. But, you know, the helping the people in the town, I mean, you know, the ones that need it the most, it's good. You won't find that anyplace else. So I appreciate being part of it.
All right. Good meeting, guys. Thanksgiving is upon us, Ralph. Like you said, I cannot believe it. I've got my turkey. I haven't found my prime rib roast yet, but I'm not giving up yet. Thank you for what you all do. Really, really great. Thank you for coming tonight, Carol. Prayers. And yeah, I keep this little rock here, Paul. Keep this little rock here. Carpe diem, right? Seize the day. And I think that's what council does all the time. So on that note, we are adjourned, guys.
Good job, buddy.